Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more content like this. This video I must talk about my favorite anime movie that I need to watch again. I haven't watched it in a while. I've only seen it once though. But it's A Silent Voice. And A Silent Voice is considered a romance movie, which makes absolutely zero sense to me. Now, if you don't know what A Silent Voice is, I'll basically go into detail about it now. So Silent Voice is about this guy. When he was a kid, he bullied this girl who couldn't hear. Like, when I say bully, he, took out her hearing aid. He made fun of her where she couldn't hear. And all she wanted to do was be friends with people and be inclusive and stuff. And his friends would laugh and, play along with it and, thought it was funny. But then the teacher, because he broke one of the girl's hearing aids, her mom came in and her mom was like, look, one of the kids is bullying my daughter. She's disabled. She can't hear. And the whole entire class, besides I think one girl who really liked him, turned on him. And then he basically lives his whole life as an outcast. And he transfers school. He transfers schools or she transferred schools. I don't remember. But then later in life, when they're 15, 16, the main character, I forgot his name. I can't pronounce his name. But he basically, he meets up with the girl again. And he apologizes. And he tries to make amends for what he did. And he tries to become friends with everybody that he was friends with back then. But, he's, scarred from the fact of the matter of what he did, and he grew as a person, which I appreciate, and he is trying to learn how to be a better person and is working his way to become a better person, and I appreciate that. Now it covers some very dark themes, like the main chick tries to unalive herself at one point, but he stops her. And then, because she has been bullied her entire life. She has been made fun of, ridiculed, mocked, and stuff for not being able to hear. And all she's ever she puts on this brave face and smiles. But, it crushes her. That, she just can't, live a normal life and be a normal kid. And it's about that. And it's such a good movie. It is one of my favorite movies. It might be my favorite movie of all time. I absolutely love it. But it's crazy how, in the past, all these people just kind of looked by and acted like nothing was happening and stuff. And then, in the future, they're all trying to fix their mistakes that they made in the past and fix them and try to better themselves as well. It's not just the main character, the main guy who's doing it. They all participated or were somewhat involved in the incidents. And I think that's such a powerful message that you can grow and you can change. Because me watching him as a kid made me so mad. It's why are you picking on this girl? Just because she can't hear, you have the right to mock and make fun of her. And also the symbolism of the main guy, he can't see people, so there's X's over their faces. I love that. That was so cool. Because he was living in his own world, he's living in his own mind, and last time he opened up to people, they betrayed him. And, man, it's just, if you haven't seen A Silent Voice, then you should know. You should watch it. You should read it. Well, I tried reading it. It's a very wordy manga, at least the first volume was. And it goes, from what I've heard, it's basically the same story, but it goes more into into detail about what happened as a kid. There's more explanation, and it's longer. But I would say if you have the time, watch the movie. I think it is incredible. And I think it is a message that needs to be told that like bullying is not okay. But like you can also you are not the same person you were 5 years ago. You are not the same person. You have lived through so much stuff and like so much powerful things. And I've watched other anime movies. I've watched, I Want to Eat Your Pancreas. I've watched Your Name, which everybody says is the best anime movie. I think they're full of shit and they haven't seen this movie. This movie is so much better than Your Name. Your Name's not bad by any means, but it's not better than this movie, if that makes any sense. And I just feel like the message, like, I would have loved for this to be like, a 12 episode anime, but I think that the movie makes way more sense. And they would have had to drag stuff out that I don't think needs to be dragged out. I don't know. Somebody can tell me in the comments. I haven't read all of the manga. I've only read the first volume. But do they go into more detail about the main character and like the girl that likes him, like relationship? Because I don't know. I felt like that was the only like romance in the entire series. Because like they become friends. Like the main guy and the main female, the girl who can't hear, become friends. But like just imagine being friends with the guy who bullied you, who broke your hearing aid, who harassed you and like made you feel like a human garbage because you do not have the ability to be like everyone else, but it's not your fault. And to be disabled, like she is disabled. And there's another anime movie, what's it called? Josie and the Tiger and the Fish. It's about a disabled girl too, and it was pretty good. But this one, like Josie and the Tiger and the Fish, the girl can't walk. This movie, the girl can't hear, and like the details that go on in the series is so good. And like the bullying is like, in my opinion, bullying is never okay. It's never okay to pick on somebody for something they can't help. Now, I think joking with somebody and bullying is different, but he was actually bullying her. Like, I think he like slams her stuff down once. He yells in her ear to see if she can hear. Like, that shit's just not okay. But like, he does grow, and you can tell he actually feels bad for what he did. Now, that's because he got karma, and karma is a bitch in all sorts of the words, and he got his comeuppance because everybody in the whole entire class basically turned their back on him. Every single person. And that's because he's a dickhead. And he was a dickhead, and he was a terrible, awful person, and nobody was going to take the fall for that fact that he was a terrible, awful human being, that he did terrible, awful, terrible, unspeakable things to this girl who didn't deserve it. And yeah, she's different, and yeah, it might be hard, to always get along with her and to like have to, write everything down or whatever. But like the whole idea of the movie is, in my opinion, is not to not bully people, but you can grow as a person. You can change as a person. And honestly, unaliving yourself is never the answer. It never is. It will get better. Things will change. And don't take other people's stuff and break it. We all live on this earth, and we all are trying to survive, and we're all trying to better ourselves and become better people. But that doesn't mean you should take other people down. You should build people up with you. You should, do so many things that there are, then bring other people down. And I think the message in this movie is incredible. And I think if you haven't seen it, you are doing a disservice to yourself. Anyways, that's going to do it for this video. I'll see you guys in the next time.